Talk. I'm your host, Miss Faye, and I'm here with the new ladies. And of course, we have Dre and Brandon in the building because we're talking about why do people cheat? What do you guys consider cheating? Moya.
I consider cheating any kind of physical attachment, or say for instance you're going back and forth with a person, because eventually we're all human, and how you build a relationship is by feeling. So you can be texting someone and kind of feel like, oh, that's not cheating, but eventually it could turn out to that. So there's no need to start in that process. So I look at cheating in the texting of somebody, sleeping with somebody, or you going behind the person, your significant other back, meeting up with that person. So that's my definition of cheating.
What about you, Lexi?
Same thing. I mean, any touching or texting, anything can grow into something more. So you have to be able to catch yourself in order to see what you're doing before it goes any further than what it should.
What about you, Anna?
I feel like there's different layers to cheating. There's different aspects to it. But I think overall as a whole, at some point in time, whatever the other person values dear to them, if you're not being loyal and truthful and you're not being as faithful as you should be and need to be for them at some point in time, in some way, you're cheating.
Anna, you, what do you think?
Oh, and Misha. All right. Well, if we're exchanging numbers for pleasure, then that's cheating. That's as simple as.
Ashley?
I think cheating comes down to lying, not being honest about the extent of a relationship, because there's several types of relationship, business relationships, friendships, things like that. So if you're not honest about what the context and terms of that relationship is, if you know you're talking to someone for business only, you should be able to tell me that. If this is someone who you're secretly trying to sleep with, you're going to probably lie to me and tell me it's something else. That's cheating to me.
Okay, well, we do want to get the guy's point of view. So, Brandon, what do you consider cheating?
Man, I just feel like cheating is just when cheating is just when you just make a promise to someone saying that you might be with them, and then you break that promise. And that's when it comes back down the line. And cheating, just cheating, not cheating. You can cheat in friendships and friendships because you act like you act like it's some bond going on, a real bond going on, but you breaking that behind that person's back, or you being this little thing type of way.
I like that.
Right?
That's a little bit of my answer too, and basically anything sexual that leads to sexual stuff. You know what I mean? With a girlfriend, boyfriend thing. You know what I'm saying?
All right, everybody, remember to speak up because we're live on Facebook.
Yes.
I think cheating is when you put your emotions somewhere else when you're in a relationship. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think it have to be a sex thing. If you're thinking about someone else consistently, like constantly, and you're communicating with this person, I consider that as cheating. Do you guys consider DMing someone on social media as cheating? Lexi?
In a way, if you're just DMing that person anything business related, no, that's not cheating because it's business relationship. But if you're sliding into somebody's DMs, talking about yo, what you doing? Maybe I should come through, no,
That's cheating.
No, that's cheating because you got intentions to have somebody or have something led up to something sexual, and that's not okay. Period.
Misha, what do you think?
Well, it all depends on the content because it could be business, could be a friend from like 10 years ago. It really depends on the content of the conversation and where is it leading to. Because once it starts saying, oh, we should hook up, oh, let's link up here, oh, you already know. It's a little something is going to lead to something.
Right.
That's how I feel.
Dre, I don't know if you have a girlfriend or not, but if you're in a relationship and you're DMing another girl, would you consider yourself as a cheater?
And if I'm trying to stroke her ego, yes.
How? What do you mean? Like, what would you send her?
I mean, it's if it's not basically like she said, if it's not business or it's not like, you know what I'm saying, like, because man, if I'm in a serious relationship, like, most of the time my girl could just go through my phone or my Facebook if it's like that. So I wouldn't even, if I'm in a DM, I wouldn't even be like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like set myself up.
But it's a smooth way of doing it, right? Like if you're in a relationship and you know your girl go through your phone, there's a way you would send that message, right? Like you wouldn't say, "Hey, I want to see you." You'd probably be like, "How's your day?" Or am I wrong?
Like I said, if I'm stroking her ego, that's cheat. I feel like it's cheating. If it's not, if anything other than that, then I'm good.
Okay.
Emojis can also be a way of cheating because
Okay,
they
give
could,
hints.
they can give hints. Because
Yeah.
if you talking business related,
Yeah,
but you want to give that little side emoji, like that little side emoji.
Them big ass hearts underneath pictures and stuff.
Right, and them little heart eyes.
One at a time.
If you sending them little
I mean,
emojis
it's
with
different though, like,
the
we
business,
send a-
Hold on. He's gonna stick up for the emoji game.
You said, cause like I love beautiful black women. You know what I'm saying? I like that. So I like if I see something that I like, I'ma like it. You know what I'm saying? Or I might send a little, oh I love it, or stay up, queen, beautiful, whatever it is. But
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. So if you're in a relationship, you're gonna comment, "I love it," or you're gonna put hearts on another.
Yeah.
You're stroking her ego.
Well, not stroking. It's not like
It's just like you're acknowledging a pretty
you talking
female.
about
Y'all do that.
No, it's not. It depends on the intentions behind it. I'm
Okay.
trying to tell you.
Yeah.
It depends with, like, you could do something, you could say something. I could tell somebody she's beautiful in front of my lady, but it's sort of like with a certain intention or something, like with a certain way. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, yo, damn, shorty got a fat ass. But you know what I'm saying?
Brandon, question for you. If your lady friend comments hearts on a guy with like 6 packs and just sweating, and she put hearts and say, "I love it," how would you take that?
I know how I am.
Okay.
I'm not a petty person. I don't trip. But if that's what she want, that's what she want, then let it be. Like she want to leave, or she want to cheat and be disloyal. I'm not gonna chase to the ground.
So you're considering that as cheating? She just said, "I
No,
love it," because
no,
he's
no,
commenting,
not
"I
really.
love it" with hearts, and it's just a queen respecting.
No,
But what if
no,
it's a
really.
king respecting too?
I have past times when my girlfriend was just like, "Oh, he's cute right there, right in front of me." I don't take it like that.
I mean, like, on some
Like, he's
old
just good
TV,
looking,
like
like-
Denzel or
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be TV. What if it's
Not
like
just
right
any
in front?
regular person. No,
Okay.
like, she would take it like that. We ain't gonna take it.
me, I'll take it a little away.
He like,
Like,
you
it's like-
can't get to
I don't,
this.
I don't get petty. I might say something, but I don't get petty. I don't push it to that limit for us to stop talking. You feel me? I don't do
Nice,
that.
right?
Cool. But,
Alright. Is it okay to talk to an ex or someone you had sexual encounter with when you're in a new relationship? Is it okay? Is that considered cheating? If you're still communicating with that person? It depends.
on the situation.
Go ahead. What do you mean?
Cause it been times, I got this one ex. This was my only girlfriend. I talked to her for like 2-3 years. Her name was Gabby. And she hit me up time to time because she still cared about me. She hit me up time to time while I had a girlfriend. I don't ignore her. I just be like, "Ah, what's up?" But it's no like, it's not the same like how it used to be. It's just be like, "What's up? Hope you doing good." And it's the same both ways. We still care for each other.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna act like I don't care for her. That's not cheating to me.
It's not cheating to you. What about you, Ashley?
I think it should be okay to continue to have a relationship after you have sex with someone, or not relationship, but continue to keep in touch with them to a certain degree and with certain, terms or whatever in place, and with you being honest about your new situation. Like, it shouldn't be anything where you're talking to them and they don't think you're with somebody else, or even if they do, the person who you are with should probably know ahead of time that they still hit you up every now and then, so that when it does pop up every now and then, because if it's consistent, that shouldn't probably be okay. But
There's something
as
going
humans,
on.
you kind of like to, when you spend so much time with a person, you build bonds, you build connections, and you share parts of your life, and so you reach back sometimes to those people just to see how things, are. And I think that should be okay. I think it should be.
Well, Misha, if your boyfriend had sex with another woman and he's still communicating with her, is that okay? Would you consider that cheating?
Well, it depends on like what kind of communication. Now, like she said, is it consistent, or you guys are just like, hey, what's up? I see that you and your family are doing great. How's the wife and kids? That's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then again, it gets
Not too much.
but that's a line there, because with the boyfriend or girlfriend, exactly, with boyfriend and girlfriend, I feel like, I don't know, it's different in a way. Like, all right, Bum, me and him are boyfriend and girlfriend, right?
Oh, you didn't tell me.
No. Me and him are boyfriend and girlfriend, right? Bum, he slept with you, right? So,
Alright.
but I would feel some type of way, because it's like, okay, let's say you guys had a relationship that was like 5 years, probably going on into an engagement, you know what I'm saying? But things didn't work out, now we're together. I kind of feel I have a way with that. Like, okay, so you guys are still connecting with each other, but it's like, are you really going to break away and start having a connection of when are we going to get married? Or sometimes I feel like some people hold on to people
Just
in case,
Yeah.
you know?
I like that, just in case.
Just in case relationship.
No, I'm not knocking that.
Let's get into that.
Hey.
Let's talk about side men and what do they call the girls? Side chicks.
Oh, yeah.
Sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Sugar daddy.
We already know that
One
being a
certain
side nigga
guy
and being, if you
who's
have a side
fine.
nigga, if you have a side chick, you're cheating.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I don't know if you guys agree, it's like okay now to be a side chick, or it's
Yeah,
normal
that's the
to be a
instinct.
side nigga.
It's
Am I-
celebrated now. It's like, oh yeah, and then
But it's
people.
one thing I want to say though.
Nah, I think with that. Oh, go ahead.
So like, oh,
With this relationship thing. What is a boyfriend or girlfriend? This is a word that was just created. What we was doing
Yes, it
before
is.
that word, and that's number one. Number two, no one is yours. Like or boys be like, when you gonna be mine, or girls will be like, oh, you mine. No one is. Everyone possess their own soul. No one is commit. No one is
Until you
committed to
sign
one.
papers called marriage, right? Then you own them, right?
Well, yeah,
No?
that's
go ahead.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying on that. This relationship thing is supposed to be a bond. It's not no boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, I own you. Like, oh, just handcuffed to me, I own you. No, it's not.
That's exactly how side niggas and side females get important. Because then you go. Say you got side chick, she don't give you no stress, but she give you everything in your life, giving you cook, clean, whatever it is, fucking treating you right. You know what I'm saying? And y'all don't argue, y'all don't deal with the negativity, y'all don't deal with none of that. You know what I'm saying? Every time when y'all link up, it's just happiness and just peace. You know what I'm saying? So like, hey, like, you know, that's what everybody runs to.
Let me tell you something. The reason why it's all happiness is because they're trying to give you only that. Because they're trying to move on to main chick. But let you leave your main chick and get with her. Those problems that you was getting from your wife, you're probably gonna get it from the side chick.
See, I
Can
don't
I-
like problems. That's why, so if I got a problem with my wife, it would be like, on some, she would know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then it won't be no cheating, because it would be like, yo, I'm gonna do me now. Like, yo, you can go ahead and do, I don't even care. Like, you gonna feel that energy. Like, it's not even gonna, it's so just like, whatever at that point.
So you can either be honest. You're not gonna just have a side chick and she doesn't know anything
That's
about
just me,
it.
my opinion. Yeah, like, I don't like really, I don't like to argue.
Okay.
I don't like
think-
drama.
I think the reason why, in my opinion, why side chicks and side men are becoming more of a thing that is okay is because of what you guys were just saying. You don't get the full package. Anybody who's been in a serious committed relationship for more than like 2 years knows that what it takes to make it last longer than 2 years or whatever is work. It takes work. Like, I gotta force myself to like that stuff that you do that I don't like. I gotta deal with that stuff that you do that I don't like. We gotta grow through stuff together. And with the side piece or a side man, they don't get that. They're not getting that. And for some people, that's not what they want. They don't want a relationship where they actually have to apply work to grow the person. They would much rather prefer someone that comes over and it's just peace. It's just real quick. It's convenient. You don't hit me up that much. I don't bother you that much. You're just there. whenever I can have you or whenever you're available, if we got a schedule. That's just and I think that's why it's becoming such a thing that's okay.
Well, me and him had a conversation yesterday, and we were speaking about expectations. Like, when you first get into a relationship, everything's cool for, like, what, that first, like, 3
3
months?
months?
That 3 months. And, you know, everybody's doing what everybody's doing, like, we're feeling the energy, but then it starts getting to a level where you're expecting things to be a certain way in your head, but that person doesn't feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, speak what you were saying, Jen.
All the time, like, expectation, like, okay, like, if we're in a relationship, I expect you, like, you know what I'm saying, to do certain things. You expect me to do certain things, you know what I'm saying?
What things?
Like, okay, if we live together, and like I was giving an example, we live together, and you know I go to work at such and such time, and supposed to be back at like 6. And I'm not home till like 8. Maybe I just stopped, got something to eat, maybe it's traffic, maybe I went to my people's house or whatever the case may be. But you expect me to be home at a certain time, cause like, yo, like other than that, you're gonna think something, or you're gonna be hitting the phone up, or you're gonna just thinking I'm lying, or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, trying to meet somebody's expectations is a lot. Like, I can't meet all your expectations. Like, some certain shit is just like whatever. Like, you know, I can't do that for you. Or so I can't make you happy at that time, and then I just be like, whatever. Then you think I don't care. Now we arguing. Now negativity going on. It's just all because of expectation. Like, yo, I expect this. I expect you to pay my rent, look out for me, or whatever. Anytime when I'm on a downfall, like a whole bunch of shit. Like,
Without clear communication,
Yeah,
it does get confusing to live up to an expectation that was never communicated, because what I'm expecting in a man and what he's expecting in a girl, sometimes my version of a girlfriend doesn't meet your expectation. But if you don't tell me, then I can't really change how I be a girlfriend. And if I don't tell you, then you can't change how you be a boyfriend. And at those points when you realize you have to make a decision to change or stay the same, that's when you determine, is this somebody that I want to change for? Is this somebody that I want to do this for? Somebody I want to go through this for? Or is this person who I'm about to change to even someone that I want to be? Even better question.
Anna.
it's not you ain't supposed to really change. Like, you don't got,
If you don't want to.
it's not.
Some people change for the better.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
you
convert,
cut certain
though.
things out, of course.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You cut certain things out that's extra, or whatever the case may be. But trying to change is like, yo, that's what the female problem, always trying to change a
Change the
nigga.
nigga.
Like,
No, can I say a quote? The only thing consistent in life is change. Every single thing in life changes. It's just something that happens.
Exactly.
What specifically changes is up to each individual. So if you figured out this is who I am, I'm only willing to go this far on my change or this, then that's just you.
But
That's your prerogative.
something
Well, that's like, well, let's change the words then. Meeting halfway then.
Brandon,
Meeting has something you have to decide.
what do you have to say, Brandon?
I feel you on that, but
Like, but
number one, a man only change if he wants to.
Exactly, humans.
Number two, this expectation thing.
But you're not changing for nobody. You
You
change
can
For
only,
yourself,
you
exactly.
can only make yourself happy.
Exactly.
You can't make someone else happy because they gotta be happy themselves to
Right.
be happy.
Right. And you can't expect someone to be a certain way in order for you to be happy. Like, I'm going to be mad every time you're not doing that thing that I want you to do. You can't live just like that either.
What thing? Before we move forward, if you guys are watching, please share this video. Tell your friends, DM them, because I think we all have questions about what is considered as cheating, and how can we avoid it, or how can we fix a negative situation and turn it into a positive.
Yeah.
So, question for Moya. What do you think is considered a happy relationship? To not be in a situation where you're being cheated on.
That's a hard question, because really and truly, you can be the happiest couple on earth, but yet still, if you feel like you want to go cheat or you want to go test to see, you're gonna go do that. So to me, there's no such thing as a happy relationship. There's a situation of coming together positively and trying to work with the other spouse and working through that. But to me, being a happy, people walk around being happy, but yes, so they go home behind closed door and they're just like not happy. So they portray that they are, but they're not. So to me, I don't see anything as being happy. I see stuff as you working with another individual and trying to work forth in the journey together.
Okay. You have something to say, Misha? Go ahead,
let
Misha.
me change her wording real quick. Like, okay, I believe in happiness. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying? Like I believe in literally pure happiness, but I also believe in we can disagree on some things. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still gonna be happy with
Yeah.
you. You know what I'm saying? Like all right, I remember like my people saying like, I love her, but I don't like her ways sometimes. And I never understood. I'm like, if you love somebody, you should like them and love everything. But then when I got older, I realized that you loved that person for everything. You know what I'm saying? But you might not like the cleanliness or like how you
Small
cook the
things.
food or like she smokes inside the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like things like that. But you can definitely be happy with somebody.
Of course.
But I mean, of course, being with another human being for as long as you guys have been together, yeah, you guys are gonna have some different disagreements because we are still different and we raised in a different household. You know what I'm saying? Like we can have that pure happiness, but we're gonna have different disagreements. That's what you have to be like ready for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Just
Anna.
have that communication.
But I think the biggest thing though is happiness, and then I think that's social media is like the prime example of this. Happiness, especially happiness on the gram, does not mean that it's a honest, loyal, happy relationship. You know,
Exactly.
and a lot of it would have to do with being able to understand have the maturity to know what you want, not only in your life but also in your partner. Because once you know that, and you both need to understand and know that, then it's easier. It's not going to be the happiest, but it will be a easier relationship, an easier life where you guys can work through things better than, you know, always appearing. I mean, because think about how many times, even, you know, my relationship isn't perfect. I know a lot of our friends, our relationship isn't perfect. And people would always tell us, oh my gosh, y'all my favorite couple. Y'all so happy. And it's like, I mean, where would y'all really get that from? Of course, from whatever you see at that moment. But we all know people put on a front. So, you know, and then what do? We set those expectations of, well, you know, like I could say, oh, you saw Mark sent Faye this and this and that. You know, I want that. But we don't know the circumstances behind that. So we can't want and burden the person that we're with over something that we see that we don't know behind the scenes of. You know what I'm saying? So we do that, and then we start creating this miserable environment in our homes, and then boom, people start to wander.
Yeah.
Question. You know what? I'm gonna ask the guys this question first, and then I'll let you ladies talk about it. Why do men cheat? Brandon, let's start with you. Why do men cheat? Speak on everybody, but tell me how you feel about that.
Well, let me speak on that real quick.
I was about to go.
So you about to throw me on.
Speak up, guys.
I think it's only like one or two like categories of people that cheat. A person that ain't shit, and a person that's in a relationship or a marriage or something like that, and they not happy, and or they got kids, or they can't live life. It's easier to live together or something like that. Like that's the only thing like I could think about, like people that cheat. And then it's like, again, why you not happy in your marriage and stuff like that. I think people don't have a clear understanding and communication, because it's like, okay, I'm not really in love with you. I'm just in love with the idea of love you give, or of love you give. I'm not. It's like, so when your idea get whacked, or you stop, you know what I'm saying, meeting my expectations and all that shit, it's just like, yo, I see her, oh, I like her idea of love now. Now I'm peeping her now, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm in her now. Like, so it's just like, yo, it's like find a love within yourself, and you know what I mean, all that shit, you'll be alright.
Yeah, sure. Brandon,
Why don't people cheat? Why do men cheat?
why do men cheat?
That's not more general for me. I feel like people cheat because it's lack of security in a relationship, and there's more negativity in a relationship, and it's probably not. Happiness is an illusion. The relationship got to be at peace for it to go together. And because it's a relationship, you're dealing with two people flaws, you're growing together, and you gotta flow together and build together. But but what is a marriage thing? same thing I said as boyfriend and girlfriend. What is a marriage? That is a word that somebody created and they put it, a paper that you sign and you go and do this and that. It's a certificate just to get money.
That's a whole different show.
Y'all be back for that one.
Yeah, so, but now I want to talk to my ladies. Not just why men cheat, but why do people cheat? I want your opinion right now. Let's start with you, Moya.
There's different reason for why someone cheats. Either they're unhappy, or they feel like they want to test the water, as a lot of people say, they want to test the water, or they just feel in their mind that they can't stick with one person. There's people out there that cannot stick with one person. They have to go out. That's just something that's in them. So,
Lexi?
I think it's the lack of, you have insecurities within yourself. That is one thing. And then also, maybe they like having that one person there, but they want to feel like they got other options than just that one person, but still have that one person on the side.
They're not locked down.
Right. So, I'm not really sure, but that's just what it means for me. Mainly is insecurities, because you're not happy with yourself, and then you're going to try to find happiness in somebody else because you don't have it. And then if that person don't got it, you're going to go to the next person and mess around with them. And it's
going to just continue like a cycle.
Right, and then they're going to be so used to it that they don't know that they're doing it. And then it's going to be hard to come out of that. And that's when a lot of problems start to happen.
Anna?
Well, okay, hold on. I think I'm a person that I feel that there's different things that contribute to one thing. And I feel that people cheat, especially between men and women altogether, though, I just feel that there has to be maturity. We get into relationships not knowing what it truly means to be committed to somebody. And I say that from experience because I got into, actually this year makes 10 years that I'll be married. I've been with my husband 12 years. And I was with him since I was 17. And it's like, at that time, now looking back, I was nowhere near the maturity I needed to say, I love you, I'm willing to be with you forever. Because I did not know myself. And I think people don't realize that in order to be a partner, whether it's a spouse or a girlfriend, boyfriend, in order to be a partner with someone, you need to be able to know what you want. You have to be able to say, I'm not going to put up with that. You need to be able to speak. Because people are either insecure, they lack the confidence, they lack the knowing themselves, they allow other people to tell them what they need. It's like, this is really what you need. You don't need that. You need someone like, and it's like, well, do I? So people allow themselves to be bamboozled, brainwashed that way because they don't know themselves. They're not mature enough. And then you cause this cycle, and then it's like, oh, somebody comes along and starts saying things, and it's like, oh, it sounds nice in my ear, but if you truly knew what it meant to be committed, loyal, and in love, and truly what it means to be a good partner, you wouldn't fall for that. And that's one of the main issues. A lot of people get in it not understanding all those factors that take in so that you don't go down that path.
Misha?
Okay, well, why do people cheat? Well, I feel like she said, it's a lack of knowing who you really are. My thing is, it's like, okay, when you're watching other people, like you're watching other relationships, and you're already in a current relationship, things are not the best, but they're okay, and you're looking at another relationship, and wow, like this guy's doing everything, flowers every week, like, oh, y'all going out to dinner when, oh wow, for Valentine's Day, oh, that's dope, like now you got me. Well, people start feeling some way. Let me check that. People start feeling some way about themselves and about their relationship. Now you're putting a question mark on your relationship. Like, well, what is going on? Like, am I not good enough? Or like, is love should be different? Or you know what I'm saying? So that's why you will probably want to step out and venture out to other agencies to see what's really corporations to see who's really scouting out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ashley?
I think the reasons why people cheat, I think what it comes down to mainly, we all have our different definitions of what cheating actually is, but what I think why it happens anyways is fear and lack of communication. I think if human beings, men and women, could be honest all the time with their spouses and say, hey babe, I kind of got a feeling like just going out having some random sex. Is that cool with you? The woman would either say hell no, or I guess will we be okay after that, and try to figure out what she can do to save her relationship, or she's going to say, but if people could be honest and actually say what's about to happen, then that woman or man at that moment can determine, are you about to cheat on me or not? Because it's your definition what cheating is. So I think if people could just speak up and say, hey, this is what I'm about to do. Hey, I got a number, but I only plan on doing this. Or, hey, this is just how I feel. If you could honestly, but the thing is, we're so afraid of what our spouses will say. We're afraid of hurting people's feelings. Just all of that. We take in so much other things in consideration except what we actually want. So if you don't know what you actually want, it's hard to avoid cheating or being cheated on.
Well, because we were late, we're gonna go over a little bit. There's a quote, not a quote, but there's a commercial. I'm not sure which commercial, but it's like fear of better options. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's like you're in a relationship. I mean, it's not perfect. There's not a relationship out there that's perfect. Not even Jay-Z and Beyonce is perfect. But you start seeing what else is out there. You start looking at everybody else's relationship. Or you start wishing that my man could do this or my girl could do this. And now you have fear of better options. Like, if I go and be with this person can do this for me and do that for me. So now you're looking at your significant other like they are not enough.
Yeah.
And we have to understand, just because you have fear of better options, just because you move on to the next option, that doesn't mean it's going to be better. It looks better, it sounds better, but that doesn't mean
80-20?
it is better.
Tyler Perry?
Tyler Perry. And another thing is, it's a lot of different scenarios. Even talking about there's a Tyler Perry movie with the girl that was dating her boss, and her husband was like, yeah, remember that movie? Yeah. I would say that's fear of better options. It's like she's married, but because she kept on looking at her boss, and he's like so superior. A lot of women fall for that too. We're in a relationship where we see something that looks better, or he's an athlete, or he's a rapper, or he has his own business. And now you're starting to fall for that. So we as women have to be careful. Like, it looks good, but it's not always good.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I'm not trying to
And
scare
sometimes
you guys.
where you're staying may look good because you always get likes on Instagram and
Yeah.
on your current relationship, but you know the inside of it is not good.
not good.
You probably should go after the better options because they are out there.
And I think we're trying to sugarcoat stuff, so I'm going to like open this up a little bit. I asked you guys, why do people cheat? There's a lot of different reasons why people cheat. Okay? And you said it's lack of communication. You do have to be open with your partner. And sometimes, because you're not open, like, let's say your man is not cleaning the dishes. He's not cleaning the dishes. He's not cleaning the dishes. But you're just not saying anything about it. But then you go out to work and you see your coworker clean the dishes. Like, what? Oh! I'm just using dishes as one person, you know? And you're like, and you just start looking at him differently. You're like, oh, he cleaned the dishes. So I know his house clean. And then you go home, and then you see the dishes.
Dishes, dirty dishes.
It's like, and you start thinking about, dude, at work, that be cleaning dishes. No, for real.
Yeah.
What you just saw at work of that man cleaning dishes, his house is probably so dirty.
True.
You hear what I'm saying? Do you guys feel me? Like, what you see is not always what's real. But what you can do is talk to your partner and say, babe, you need to start cleaning dishes. How can we make this work? Do I need to buy better soap?
You need better sponge?
Do you need a sponge? Should we invest in a dishwasher?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't try to, compromise. Don't try to go somewhere else and try to find something else. And men, y'all do this all the time, and I have y'all behind me. Y'all will complain about your girl and certain things that she's not doing. But then that bad chick come along and it's like, damn, my girl dressed like an old lady. I mean, I don't know if I'm looking like an old lady right now. But I was in a relationship and he kept on telling me, you dress like an old lady. You don't wear shorts, you don't wear skirts. And I'm thinking, you should be happy that I cover up. But your girl probably cover up, and then you see another girl, a bad bitch. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh my gosh. People cheat for the dumbest reasons.
But it's the lack
But sometimes you gotta check yourself in lack of communication. If you don't like how your girl is dressing, go buy her a dress.
How about that?
Boy, you'll get
Set up
something
some
right.
flowers on the bed.
How about
Put the
that?
dress on the bed. Put some shoes. Instead of talking about it and just complaining about it, what you gonna do about it to help the
Switch it up,
situation?
yeah.
Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah, facts.
Who got something else to say? Well, I have the floor open. Like, why do you guys really think people cheat? It could be so petty. Why do you guys think people cheat?
I think one thing
People
that
look.
we didn't talk about is their upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People will end up mirroring what they grew up seeing.
Yeah.
So if they never saw their parents having a stable relationship, you know, and that's, we also have to be mindful of, you know, our kids.
Mhm.
But if all the time all you saw was daddy left, and then he always, every time he had me that weekend, we was at like 3 different chicks' houses, you know, that starts to put little subliminal things in our kids' heads, and then they grow up, and because there isn't a communication either. I could be dating a guy, and if I'm always having these issues with him, and then I go speak to his mom after we probably broke up and everything, and she tells me, well, you know, his dad, da 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 da, then it hits me like, we never sat down and had the dialogue, the conversation, that this is all he saw.
Right.
He never understood. Yeah, he may love his mama, but he never knew or learned how to truly, you know, give love to someone else other than his mom, how to be in a relationship, understand what it means to be committed, because that's all he saw.
I have a question. I mean, I have something to say before
Yeah.
I go
Yeah,
to you,
some-
Nisha.
Yeah, I feel like you're fine. I kind of take
Not
that
an
as an
excuse.
excuse.
It's not an excuse
Okay,
though,
okay,
but it's
go
still
ahead,
an
go ahead.
analysis.
I feel you,
Yeah, some people
but
can
then
learn
again,
from that. I feel
sure,
like
I
you
feel
can
you.
change.
But then again, it's like, you know right from wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Like, either you have grown up in that household, but at the end of the day, you know what's right and wrong.
And
You know
everyone
that
defines
you're
right
putting
and wrong
it.
different, right?
You know that you're in a relationship, and you come on, let's not.
Everyone
but
defines
hold
right and
on.
wrong different. What if you were
let's not-
raised to think that this is right?
But come on, but we're not
You know?
playing stupid here, because let's say we're really in a relationship and you know for a fact that I don't want you cheating on me, and you know for a fact that I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm not going to play that, oh, well, you were in, like, I can understand that, but I'm still, at the end of the day, I'm still not going to respect it because you cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You don't have to respect it though.
That's what, yeah, I'm not going to respect
Yeah,
it, meaning,
but
like,
as
I'm
long
not
as
going to
you
really, like,
understand it, yeah.
just take you back over because I understand,
Your
like, you were in a,
parents, you're right.
no, I'm not doing that. You know what was right and wrong. Like, at the end of the day, you cheated. We might work out, but I'm not going to give you an excuse because of the household that you were raised in. Because I was raised in I could have been raised in the same household. You know what I'm saying? But I'm better than that. You got to know yourself.
Right.
You got to seek yourself, like,
Sometimes you need to get cheated on. Find out
Sometimes.
what you-
Yeah.
find out what you want.
True.
Find out what you want in life. Find out,
This
you know
one
what
will
I'm
That's
be
how you
here.
find out. That's how you find your strength. That's how you
do.
find out what you
No,
can
I
and
do.
can't deal
I
with.
do.
That's how you
I
find
feel
out what
you.
you can and cannot deal with, what you can and cannot tolerate, how bad it hurts, what feelings you want to avoid for the rest of your life, what feelings you can
Yeah.
go through and still get over. So
Yeah,
they
you gotta
hurt
have that
less
heartbreak.
each time.
Of course, you have to have
Yeah.
that heartbreak to find out what true love is. Absolutely, I feel you. But I'm not going to give no excuse to nobody when you already know from the day that you come into this relationship with me, and you know that I'm not going to cheat on you, and you're not going to, and I'm expecting for you not to cheat on me. Done deal, bro. You stepped outside.
I'm going to go to Anna in a second in case we have any questions or comments. Feel free to post them now because we will be answering questions for the next 2 minutes. I agree with what you're saying. I understand if you're growing up in a home and you only saw one thing, but when you grow up and you're older, if you're like 18, 17, I can understand when you're cheating on your little girlfriend. When you hit 25
Yeah.
plus, you're more mature, you know, to understand what is right, what is wrong, what hurts, what doesn't. And if you're gonna use your upbringing as an excuse, then don't get into a relationship.
But this is the thing though, there's something we're not considering. The society that we are in now, relationships are starting at 13 years old. Parents are now allowing their kids to have relationships. So they're starting this trend early. I know a friend that she's having issues with her kids because that's something that I think it was from her dad. So she's having a problem with her dad, I think it's her son thinks it's okay to have different girlfriends, and but you know it's happening early on. So that's why we expect, the expectation is when you're in your mid-20s that you're not doing this stuff. But the problem is, kids are starting a relationship earlier. They're thinking things are getting serious earlier. So we need to be able to understand what we're exposing our kids to, because sadly, we can't control when they go to school and they got that boyfriend, that girlfriend, and whatever's going on. And I mean, y'all seen it. Y'all go to high schools, y'all see the gram, y'all see these kids in these relationships that it's like, oh my gosh, I wasn't even that serious, in middle school.
Mm-hmm. Do we have any questions or comments?
No.
Not yet.
Not
You
yet.
guys better ask some questions, because we're going to ask some questions. I'm going to go to the guys. Would you stay with your girlfriend if she cheated on you?
Depends on how I feel, depends how important she is to me.
At the moment.
But
At
at
the
the moment, well, overall.
In the situation?
You stay if it's beneficial, but like spiritually and like
I see.
you won't even be that. I mean, like you could like be with somebody like just for like living reasons and stuff like that, and kind of like a roommate. You know what I'm saying? Like get like a roommate.
So you
type
would
of
stay
vibe.
with her, but it would be more of a roommate situation in your head.
It depends. If I got kids and stuff, I can't just pick up and dip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't just dip and leave. Like, even though she cheated on me, it's just like, yo, it's like maybe, you know what I'm saying? If I dip, I know my kids gonna be struggling, or she might, you don't know, it could be anything. She might be a drug hoe or whatever, bringing all type of niggas around my kids and shit like that. And I can't have that. So it's like certain shit. It depends. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Ladies, if your man cheated on you, would you stay? Ashley?
Yeah, I think I could. I would kind of want to know how it happened, why it happened. If it's something we can talk about and get some, just if we can communicate about it, and I see that it's something that you want to move past, I would give you the opportunity to prove that you want to move past that. To me, it's the feeling, the connection of I love you and you love me, depending on however it is. It's different for everybody. Some people's I love you is literally I own you, so you're mine, and if anybody touches you, that's going to break my heart. Some people are just I love you and I love you being happy. So what you do, if you were happy doing it and you're good and we can be happy going forward, then I'm going to just be happy with you. So I think that it is something that you can move forward from. Yeah.
All right, you heard it here first. This is Next Up TV's New Talk, and we're the new ladies. And really, thank you. Special thanks to Brandon and Dre
Thank you, peace.
for coming on the show tonight. And if you guys would like to sponsor the New Talk show, hit us up, info@nextuptv.com.
Shout out to Grimace for the LS.
Yes,
Kremlika. All right.
I need Zainab. Zainab, if you can hear me, come up here. Because we do have something to say about one of our models from the Influence Fashion Show. We do have a winner.
Yes.
Unless you know her name, Moya.
No, I do not.
I believe her name is Sammy? Sammy or Sam?
Quisha?
Sam Quisha.
Sam Quisha won.
The one with the ball?
Yes, that's Sam Quisha.
Yes,
girl.
Sam, you won. So you will be getting a photo shoot. You'll be getting a photo shoot with Johnny Shot Me. And also a promo model video shot by JBN from Fly Friend Nation. So thank you for being a part of the Influence Fashion Show.
I would just like to take this moment to say stay on the lookout for the Influence Fashion Show, kids. It's going to be big. Just stay on the lookout for it.
All right, and also, we are at Triple L Studios right now, and we want to thank her for allowing us to use this space to have our show here every Sunday. So special thanks to Triple L Studios. We love you guys. And of course, we cannot forget Kremlika.
Grimace, what's up? Thank
Yes.
you. Send us like 3 more bottles.
Two more bottles. We're going to enjoy this right after the show because
Right
it was
now.
a little tough talking about why do people cheat.
I'm
So,
sweating. Anybody else?
if you guys have any questions or comments, please comment below. And if you'd like to be a part of our live studio audience, we have a show coming up in March, and you get to be a part of the show. Hit us up in our email, info@nextuptv.com, so you can be a part of the next show. This is Next Up TV's New Talk.
Wow.
I know those.